Thinking about buying a used vehicle and worried about previous accidents? You're not alone, as many of us ask, has this vehicle ever been in an accident? And more importantly, we wonder, is it going to have problems later? To help answer these questions, you'll first need some Car 101. Originally, cars had frames that looked like this. These frames were strong and rigid. It took severe impact to damage them, so frame damage was a serious issue. Modern vehicles are more like this. All structural components shown here make up the frame or unibody. Rather than being rigid, they're designed to crumple and absorb the impact of a collision, keeping us safe. Now, with this basic info in mind, let's discuss accidents. Not all accidents are created equally, but how can you figure that out? Vehicle history reports can provide insights to prior damage. However, these reports are not foolproof, and it's hard to know how bad the damage was after it's been repaired. Here are some examples of different reports and what they might mean. Example 1, fender bender. As we look at the report, we see an accident reported and no airbag deployed. Airbag sensors are sensitive, and an accident without airbag deployed is usually fairly minor and might look something like this. Example 2, no accidents, auction announced as structural damage. The report shows no accidents, but strangely there is a damage record. Further in the report, we see the vehicle was announced as structural damage at an auto auction. It makes many people imagine a severe accident that could damage a robust frame. This seems contradictory because structural damage sounds bad, but this is often not the case. Here are 3 possible reasons a vehicle with no accidents would be announced structural damage. Reason 1, paintless dent repair, also called PDR. PDR is a process to repair dings and dents in metal without paintwork. This is done by drilling 1 or 2 small holes in key locations so the technician can insert slender metal tools behind the metal and massage the dent from the inside. These half-inch sized holes don't compromise the safety of the vehicle. Reason 2, transporting or towing. Vehicles are often transported on car haulers or tow trucks, which requires securing them to the transport vehicles with straps, ratchets, and chains. Remember, the structure of unibody construction includes everything shown here. If any portion is altered, even as a result of PDR or transport, it is technically labeled as structural damage. Again, these small holes, gouges, or bends do not affect the safety of the vehicle. Reason 3, paperwork at auction. To sell a vehicle at auction, the seller fills out a check-in sheet with vehicle information and announcements about the vehicle. In an abundance of caution, sellers will sometimes check the box structural damage on vehicles with no accidents or structural damage, or sometimes due to possible PDR or transport. In summary, PDR, transport, and paperwork are 3 common reasons a no-accident vehicle could be announced structural damage. An additional reason is installing fifth-wheel hitches and other similar accessories on vehicles. Example 3, accident with airbag deployed. This report shows an accident with airbag deployed. These accidents were typically at higher speeds and resulted in medium to high damage. Here's an example of this type of accident. Example 4, total loss, salvage title. These are severe accidents. When the cost to repair the damage exceeds about 65% of the value of the vehicle, insurance companies pay to replace the vehicle rather than repair it. The title is then branded as total loss or salvage. Keep in mind, the titles to vehicles in the first 3 examples are not affected. Due to the high risk of future problems, vehicle history reports make these salvage or rebuilt vehicles stand out as high risk. As we look at the first page on this report, we see the title brand reported as well as other red warnings. The following pages highlight in red salvage, reported as insurance loss, junk vehicle, etc. Vehicles like this are very likely to have severe structural damage and often have reliability problems in the future. Accidents may have looked like this or worse before repair. Here are 5 tips to help you make a smart decision when purchasing a used vehicle. Tip 1, run a vehicle history report before purchase. Tip 2, check the alignment at a tire store. Tip 3, have a trusted mechanic or body shop look it over. Tip 4, consider who's selling and their reputation. Private sellers or small used car dealerships often don't have a reputation to protect, where larger established dealerships will be less likely to intentionally deceive you. Tip 5, does the vehicle come with a warranty? A warranty is often a sign of seller confidence and willingness to provide reliable vehicles. As you can see, frame damage means something different than it used to, and structural damage can range from a non-issue to severe depending on the situation. Accidents can also range from minimal concern when properly repaired to very alarming when severe and nearly impossible to repair correctly. These tips and common sense will help you make a good decision on buying a vehicle that has been in an accident and knowing whether it's likely to be a problem in the future. Thank you for watching and successful buying.